Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy day today to find out more about the work that CARE is doing on behalf of energy. My name is Marita Noon, and I'm the Executive Director at Citizens Alliance for Responsible Energy, an Albuquerque-based energy advocacy group that works on energy issues statewide, region-wide, and nationwide. I've held this position at CARE since January of 2007, and when I accepted this role as Executive Director, truly I knew little more about energy than flipping the switch on the wall or putting gas in my car. I come from a background in communications. I don't have a background in science, energy, or public policy. I'm just a citizen who really cares about America. As I learned about the role that energy plays in America, I became an impassioned advocate for energy as I realized what is happening in America right now that's working to block energy production in America. Shortly after I accepted the position of Executive Director at CARE, I did an analysis. I analyzed 25 different environmental groups' websites. Some of them were regional, some of them were specifically focused on their particular issues, others were national in scope. And what I did is analyze those websites to see what are their goals as they relate to energy. If they were looking at getting lead paint out of toys from China, I didn't check into that. I only looked at what their goals are as they relate to energy in America. What I learned from doing that analysis became somewhat of my foundation, or you might call it my position paper. From there, I have become an impassioned advocate on behalf of energy. I began to think about what would the world look like if the environmentalists were in charge. Based on what I learned from studying their websites, I put together somewhat of a tongue-in-cheek analysis of what the world would look like if the environmentalists were in charge. I call the little analysis that I did Environmental Utopia. And I looked at 4 specific areas that I believe would be greatly impacted if we let the environmentalists make all the decisions in America. I hope you'll be interested enough to look at that particular piece on our website yourself. But for now, let me just say that it starts with us in the world that we know today and ends up with us all living in caves. I don't want to live in a cave, and I bet you don't either. Think about it. All the things that we count on in life in America today, the things that make America uniquely American, are energy dependent. For example, we look for the best bottled water, where in the developing world, they just wish they had clean water. In America, we are blessed to have the Food Network, where in other countries, they just wish that they had food. You hear advertising about downloading any book in 60 seconds and reading it in any size font, where in the developing world, they just wish that they could read. Think about that. Energy is what makes America great. One of the big issues that they've been working on for many, many years now is the topic of global warming. When you look at that and you look at the studies and the data that is available, you realize that in reality, this is a government policy aimed at controlling the American population. Because after all, if you take away energy, you take away what makes America great. I don't want that, and I don't think you do either. So I hope that you'll look more closely at the information that is available here for you on this website. Become a fan of our Energy Makes America Great page on Facebook. Tell your friends. Check out the other websites that we recommend here who can give you additional insights as to what is happening in America to kill energy. Remember, if we have no energy, we have no future, because energy makes America great.